Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 29, the finale, the last day of albums that are 40 years old in 2024. The last time we'll be looking at 1984 on one of these daily shows. And for my final pick, our final pick, I don't know what you guys are going to have. I know what I'm going to have. This is the second album from this Swedish band, released February 24th, 1984, recorded at Polar Studios in Stockholm, Sweden, produced by Leif Masses for Hot Records. Hot Records? Yeah. Wings of Tomorrow by Europe. That's right. This is the killer album that predated the Final Countdown. Many points in my love affair with this band, I have proclaimed this my favorite Europe album. It's generally a top one or two, generally speaking. It's just that good. It's that good. This is killer European, Scandinavian power metal, I guess you could call it, right? There really was no such thing as power metal at the time, but this fits right in. Euro metal, whatever you want to call it, right? Joey Tempest on vocals. Keyboards, little acoustic guitars. John Norum, the great John Norum on guitars and backing vocals. John Levin bass guitar and Tony Reno on drums. So many killer tracks on here. Stormwind kicks it all off. To me, this album is very much like Europe's kind of like interpretation of classic Rainbow, right? Maybe throw in a touch of like UFO or Michael Schenker Group, and you know, of course, the impact of what Yngwie Malmsteen was doing with Alcatraz also at the time, right? Killer vocals, absolutely scorching guitar work, and just really great European hard rock and metal tracks. Stormwind, awesome. Great riffing, great guitar solo, and soaring vocals. Scream of Anger is just so heavy. Open Your Heart is a great kind of power ballad before there really was power ballads, but it's still pretty heavy. It's just got a gorgeous chorus, and it really rocks. Really good song. Treated Bad Again, another raging rocker. Then you got Aphasia, which is the instrumental that closes side one. Just blistering, man. John Norum, so good. Then on side two, you got the title track, Wings of Tomorrow. Killer song. Absolute killer song. Wasted Time is a good, memorable anthem. You got Lion Eyes, which is another kind of snarling rocker. Then you got Dreamer, another really majestic kind of almost ballady type track. But man, you could already tell that Europe really knew how to write catchy songs here. And then Dance the Night Away is another really good hook-laden hard rock song. Just not a bad track on here at all. It's just so good for that. And I've said this so many times over the years on the channel. But if you are someone who's watching this again, Europe, I can't stand that band. I hate that song, Final Countdown. Just forget everything you know about that song, right? I personally like Final Countdown. I think it's a great track. But I understand how everybody's just sick of it all these years. And they kind of built up Europe to be something that really wasn't what they were all about. Just forget that. And just please do me a favor and go out and listen to this album. Wings of Tomorrow is so good. Go out and listen to any of the most recent Europe albums. War of Kings, the most recent albums are so heavy and dark and just kind of like Deep Purple UFO-ish, you know. Just get out of your head this whole thing that Europe was this, you know, big kind of glammy pop band or whatever. It's just, you know, they had the one album, man, maybe two albums that were kind of in that vein, but I'm sure the record label was pushing them in that direction. But man, listen to any of the other albums. It's just not like that at all. Really good stuff. So let's see, charting position. Japan. Number 24. This band was doing pretty well in Japan before they made it big here in the States. And in Sweden, of course, this made it to number 20. I don't know if we have any certifications. No, but we got some singles. Lion Eyes was released. I'm sure this is all in Sweden and Japan. Lion Eyes in 84, February in 84. Stormwind was released as a single. Dreamer in Japan, April 84. And Open Your Heart in October 1984. In fact, Open Your Heart, they realized was such a good song that they later redid it on an album that came out a couple of years after this, with just trying to get it to appeal to a wider audience, right? Because this was a very small, limited release back when it first came out. So I had this as an import back in the day, but yeah. So good. Europe, Wings of Tomorrow is my pick for today. The final pick of the month. Pick number 29. Tomorrow, that's right, tomorrow we move to 1994. Hope you guys all have your list all ready to go. What do we got? 31 days in the month. I believe there's 31, if I remember correctly. And we'll see you with pick number 1 tomorrow morning, right? So see you then. And Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. But I just realized I owe you guys some honorable mentions. Yes, I do, right? I don't forget. Let's go through them. Anthrax, Fistful of Metal. Self-titled release from Bathory. Saint Vitus, self-titled debut. Loudness, Disillusion, great Japanese metal band. Kiss, Animalize. Icon, debut album. That almost made my list. I really like that a lot. Crusader by Saxon. Not one of my favorite Saxons, but I still like it. This one probably would have been my number 30. Or in just make my, if we had another day. Exciter, Violence and Force, the great Canadian speed metal band. Love that album. Steve Vai, Flexible. Venom, At War with Satan. Warlock, Burning the Witches. 38 Special, Tour de Force. David Gilmour, About Face. Billy Squire, Signs of Life. Survivor, Vital Signs. Steve Hackett, Till We Have Faces. XTC, The Big Express. Saw a lot of love for that in the comments. Good album. Universe Zero, Uzed, the great Belgian prog band. Pat Metheny Group, First Circle. Palace, The Sentinel. Great album from this classic British progressive rock band. Camel, Stationary Traveler. Y&T, In Walk We Trust. Orion the Hunter. And Roger Hodgson from Supertramp, In the Eye of the Storm. So there you have it. My honorable mentions as well as my pick number 29. See you tomorrow for pick number 1, coming from 1984, 30-year celebrations from albums from that year. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.